Ben, does anyone really still care about Lil Tay? Is there still really any point talking about Lil Tay? Fair enough. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're just gonna be talking a little bit more about the Lil Tay situation. Now that we know she's alive and well, it can be a bit more kind of upbeat. I felt really off in the last video. I didn't want to make jokes and stuff and talk about a potentially dead 14-year-old for obvious reasons. But today we're here to look into a couple things that I feel like have just been largely skipped over. But yeah, anyway, we'll just get straight into it. First of all, I read an article by the ABC News, which kind of went into this, saying child star Lil Tay is reportedly alive a day after her Instagram claimed she had died. Here's what we know. Basically, her claim is just that, the issue is we were hacked. You know, they got all this information wrong. That's not even my name. My name is Tatian, not Claire Hope. Just kind of trying to push everything aside. Be like, oh, well, you know, it was all a little misunderstanding, and that we were hacked. I don't know. And I feel like there is more issue here. Like, why did no one else come out to kind of shut this down and be like, hey, no, she's alive? You know, everyone in that house has access to social medias, you would assume, to simply just record a video then going, hey, look, she's fine. There was a fake Instagram account called like Tamani or I'm Tamani that tried to like come out and be like, hey, yeah, I'm actually Jason Tian. We're literally fine. Everything's okay. People quickly realized that that was not Jason Tian, because the first post ends with the words, new update at 1,000 followers, please share plus follow. I think it was pretty obvious it was fake, because I don't think anyone who's trying to plead to tell you that they're alive is going to end it off with, yo dudes, make sure you hit that fucking subscribe button. But I do genuinely want to know, when TMZ called Lil Tay's dad, and the interaction kind of went like this, hey, is your daughter that you would know is alive? Because you could have easily texted them while this whole thing is going on. Do you know if she's dead? Man, I can't really comment. Not gonna lie. Sound. Why was that how that went? He easily could have just said, like, oh, she's been hacked, it's a misunderstanding. He could have called his daughter, he could have figured this out. He knew that she was alive, you would assume. Especially because he's believed to have sole custody. So he definitely should have known. But he said he couldn't comment, neither could the manager. If it was simply a case of them wanting to tell people she's still alive and this wasn't a publicity stunt, easily could have just very quickly gotten out there that she's fine. And also she could have just recorded herself going, hey guys, I'm Lil Tay, I am alive. There's so many different, it's so stupid. I think it's weird how everyone has just fallen for the fact that this was all like a little misunderstanding. And one of the weirder things that I saw when people were making videos trying to cover this whole subject was that Lil Tay has a cryptocurrency thing going on. I've got it up here on screen now. It's called Lil Tay, the youngest flexer of the century. This is some sort of like cryptocurrency, like clearly just a pump and dump scheme. I don't think I even have to say allegedly with these. Like, it's pretty obvious that Lil Tay token is not going to be like the next fucking Bitcoin. I don't believe that they're really associated with Lil Tay very closely. I have no idea if she would even benefit off anything from them. But I kind of just wanted to go through some of these tweets, because in a time where they're talking about a potentially dead 14-year-old, do you really want to be shilling a cryptocurrency which is profiting off her name? I do need to stress as well, it says here parody account, which I assume means that Lil Tay will not benefit off this. Probably also hasn't given permission for this, but we ball. So like the whole point of this account, right, is to kind of be the Lil Tay cryptocurrency. Obviously it should be about Lil Tay. This is probably like the biggest thing that has ever happened in Lil Tay's life, right? And if you're an account trying to like benefit off Lil Tay's name, you would think they would be kind of a bit more in touch with this situation. But their tweets for the day went out as, you know, retweeting a Popgrave thing, talking about how there's cautious consideration for her death, then retweeting something which said there is another Travis Scott sacrifice, and then just re-saying the same thing which was tweeted before. Oh my, wait. Oh my fucking god. Of course, everyone has a cryptocurrency scam that has to run. You know, if it ever gets so down bad for me, I'm sure you'll see a Ken coin in the future. But actually, surely Ken coin is a thing. Hold on. Ken coin. It'd probably be spelled funny. Is this a cryptocurrency? Or is this just a dude?
I want live genuine life. When I don't want give me work. Hey. The kind Yahoo what gonna do, eh?
Anyway, Lil Tay's cryptocurrency has kind of been pushed forward because of this whole thing, right? And you can see with some of the tweets here from Lil Tay, you know, cute tweets that Lil Tay definitely wrote herself. Like, good morning, legends. There's still a lot to learn, and it's good to have people in this space that are real enough to share how it's done. Things might look simple on the forefront, but I'm confident in our team and the business plan we have. Lil Tay. And it's a lot of these kind of things. Clearly AI-generated messages, which Lil Tay has never said. I always think it's kind of funny to see like cryptocurrencies Twitter accounts as if they're really trying to like make you they really give a fuck about you. You know, we saw it with that what was that first Logan Paul scam? The bleep bloop, deep doip, flimp flomp, climp clamp, fuck. Dink doink. Like with dink doink. I think dink doink is like the perfect example of it because it's such a shit thing. Like it's such a shit coin, and in order for it to get any level of like people to go, I'm going to invest in this. This feels like a really good opportunity. You have to have an active Twitter account, and you have to make your own shitty cartoons and post funny things like anyone want to trade feet pics for a dink coin, asking for a friend. I'm not sure if I can play this for you without getting like copyright strikes. I want to listen to it myself.
Take a doink on my chest, yeah, yeah. Ding doink, you're my favorite coin. Why don't you come on over? Take pictures of my feet.
Yeah, the idea that in order for it to be a good financial decision, it has to have like an active and funny Twitter account has always like it's so weird to me. Like imagine in order to like invest in real estate, the house had to like have funny tweets. Like you don't want the shit that you're investing in to have a fucking to post epic dank memes or something. You like it's so stupid. And like some of these quotes, it's just, are these supposed to be like relatable? Am I supposed to think Lil Tay wrote this? The greatest glory in living lives, not in ever falling, but in rising every time we fall. Lil Tay. Lil Tay did not say that. Lil Tay had just turned 14. Literally, I'm 14 and this is deep shit. Like Lil Tay is a child. Other ones, the pessimist complains about the wind, the optimist expects it to change, the leader just adjusts his sails. You know, they'll tweet things like responding to football Twitter because that's such a big side of Twitter. Cool. We know that the Lil Tay youngest lecture of the century Instagram account support the Arsenal. I'm going to invest everything I have in this. So yeah, it's just always been weird to me that people would make financial decisions based off things like an active Twitter account. The only tweets that are still up on this account about the whole incident are actually these two here. One says, good morning legends, our CEO Harry Sang has been active with the mainstream media. There are certain things we're unable to address at the moment. The situation calls for cautious consideration and respect for sensitives involved. And then Harry, that's the manager. That's all that's from, you know, that's all that's from the day that it happened on August 10th. Then the next thing that they put out is them going, sharing this to let everyone know that we will not be launching anything soon. We've been in development for 4 to 5 months now. If anybody's reaching out to you for money saying they're involved with Lil Tay, it's not true. If you see another token/coin with Lil Tay, it's a scam. If anything happens in the next 4 to 5 months with Lil Tay, I'm blaming this cryptocurrency. I think they got defensive here in this one because they tried to like say, no, these are examples of meme coins. And then they flashed up things like Biden token, Joe Rogan token, and then a Taylor Swift token. It's just literally any three of those I would trust more than something called Lil Tay token. Their only point here is, unlike them, our legitimacy is that we actually have someone who managed the individual and a business plan with use case. That doesn't mean anything. To try and argue that the reason you're legitimate is because one of Lil Tay's former managers is involved with your coin. Lil Tay's management was someone forcing her to act like an asshole on camera in order to get angry people to rage at a 9-year-old. The management was abusive. What? To try and say that you're legitimate because of the fact that the person who is associated with you roughly was also once associated with the 9-year-old that was forced to say the lines that her brother would yell at her behind a screen to say. I'll play a clip here. You watch this and tell me if this is someone that you really want to invest your money with.
Shit cost me 10,000 and
I said stop saying 10,000, 2,000, 3,000, 2,500.
Okay. Lil Tay be popping on YouTube right now.
You're gonna be like more ignorant.
What do I say?
It's so stupid. And just to keep going, like, Do you really think Lil Tay is writing, the pessimist complains about the wind, the optimist expects it to change, leader adjusts the sails? And this whole Twitter account is just full of things like that, but I'm not that interested in it. We need a video on in the background while I close this video out. And yeah, all in all, I just think this whole case kind of stinks. And I do think it's a publicity stunt. I said yesterday maybe this was an attempt by the father to try to maybe smear any chances that, you know, Lil Tay could come back to the internet, because that's something he's really against. He doesn't want Jason Tiang or Lil Tay to come back because they're kids and stuff. And I completely get that. But I think I was wrong. I don't think it's a smear campaign by her father to try and make sure they can't come back to the internet. I do think maybe this was a Lil Tay or Jason Tiang stupid move. And I think it just blew up a lot more than they thought it would. I don't think they properly comprehended how sad people would get at the thought of a 14-year-old girl dying, especially under such suspicious circumstances. I don't know. I do think it's weird that the dad couldn't comment, or that no one could come out except for a fake Instagram account called Tomani. Like, surely if this was a real problem, people could have come out and been like, hey, no, we're actually fine, don't believe it. And if the dad, you know, if the dad was called by TMZ, surely he could have called them back and be like, hey, actually, no, I'd lied, she's literally fine. Or Lil Tay could have called someone, or Jason, or the mum, or literally just anyone. A lot of things don't add up here. I don't know. It's just it's another day on the internet. Another thing that we'll forget in a month's time. This will be one of those things like, oh, hey, you remember this? So yeah, there isn't a whole lot more to talk about. I just wanted to make a video kind of closing the situation off. I'm glad she's fine though. That's the whole, all of this boils back down to at least she's safe. And it's just another thing on the internet that we're going to forget about in a couple days, and it won't matter. But yeah, anyway, I'm glad she's safe. Long live Lil Tay. See ya.